everybody, Gilligan Crew 0829. I'm actually doing something a little bit different today. Instead of a series review or a movie review, I've gotten a request to actually view a video game. See, I put this picture up on my Facebook account just a little over a week ago. Now, since then, I have been asked to review the video game Noire. Now, I picked it up at GameStop on the morning of the 17th. I was dressed up for that. I even got a free t-shirt because of it, which I think is pretty cool. Though I haven't been able to play it all that much. I've been working on series reviews for like X-Men and Transformers and even Harry Potter, which doesn't come out till like July, but I'm still getting prepared since that's an 8-movie series I have to do. And I've also been working again, so that's been trouble. And I haven't gotten much into this game, but I think I have enough to say it's a really good game. It's probably one of the best games I've played in a long time. I'll probably repeat that. So what I can tell you from the game so far is the backstory, in which you play as Detective Cole Phelps. It's 1947, and he's just gotten out of World War II. And he's instead opted for a job at the LAPD. Now, there's no real specific storyline I've got on it so far, as other than just cases. I don't really think it's linked you up to a big storyline, story arc, conclusion overall, but I do think it is enjoyable. Again, I haven't gotten all that far into it, but... So, instead of talking about it, since I don't have too much to say, I'm actually going to show you play through a level of it. And in a few moments, I'm going to take you out to my living room, set up my Xbox 360, and go through one level. Hopefully, it's not too lengthy of a level. Like the last level I played, The Fallen Idol, which is like the 6th or 7th, is my favorite so far. And it was really enjoyable. And I'm hoping this one I'm coming on is as enjoyable too, but who knows? I'll just... For this and other video game reviews, when I get requested for them, I'll go through them, point out their flaws, point out their ups, and this is not going to be like that Amnesia video I loaded up a little while ago. This is actually me taking it seriously. This isn't me coming up with jokes and pop culture references. But now that that's out of the side, let's play Noire. Okay, so we're actually starting this one out with a cutscene. Something that... Ooh. That's attractive.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hats are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
Okay, so here you are as Cole Phelps. You start most all of your cases like this. Either you get informed, or your partner will get a call, or even you'll get a call occasionally. Now, what you're going to do is, you have a notebook like this. It's going to record people you meet, clues you find, and important locations you get called, by the way. At the moment, we've got the crime scene they picked out as the current destination. Alright, so we're going to go off of that.
They weren't even his friends and he still confessed.
Okay, now, here's your vehicle. You can unlock more through experience. Now, once you come to this, you can either drive to the location yourself, or you can hold Y and get your partner to drive. I don't really like driving all that much in this game, so I usually get my partner to drive.
You did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
Don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
No assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. You might get along after all.
Surprisingly, you hear a lot of dialogue from just these car rides alone. And as I'll state later on, it can be any rating. But here we are at the crime scene.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy's been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case, fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex...
Captain, aren't there similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that
You
matter.
don't believe there's a crazy sex killer at large preying on women?
The two people that guy just brought up were some of the murder victims of my previous cases. Celine Henry was my last case, and it's the first examination on our Black Dahlia killers, which, from what I've heard from trailers and clips, is going to be a very important part of these.
Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
See, there you have it.
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
And I thought this was such a nice area.
Detective, I was first on scene.
So what's going on over there? Standing around. Shouldn't you be working?
Something you probably noticed is the graphics of this game are incredible. Not just with the looks, but with the people's faces. And they used a motion capture, which, as far as I'm concerned, they've never done with a video game before. And it's absolutely phenomenal. I commend Rockstar Games for that. Alright, this is Carruthers, the coroner. You're gonna see him quite a lot.
Similar MO.
To what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put up.
You a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it, Mel.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. The size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. They were married, they'd be at home. Not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
Mind if I examine the body?
Be my guest.
So as you can see from the corpse and the way we talk, this game does not worry about its M rating. Now you'll actually start most of your cases by first examining the body.
Look at your markings. Very
Distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
The stomping angle in the Henry case. Was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story. Another day, another job.
Alright, let me keep looking.
What's this mark? Cut on the finger.
Fourth finger, left hand, a wedding or engagement ring, violently removed.
Actually, let's look the other arm just before we can. Wait a minute.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist, too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
Alright, I think I've had enough time exploring this trick. Let's look. You have to look around for some of the other things here, though. Usually they'll have markers like this that'll help you. Hello, what is this? Oh, a purse. That's usually a heyday that you'll find at least something good in there.
The motive was robbery. Why not take the money?
That's actually a pretty good question.
Well, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by R&I? Back in a second.
Yeah, as I said, a purse or a handbag or a wallet on a victim is usually a very good place to find clues.
Detective, R&I says that Deirdre Muller of 130 North Bonnet Brae was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Muller.
What'd I tell you? Just grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. Could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
Okay, now once again, now you've got a new destination. You set that as it. So we're going to the Mahler residence.
How bad is it?
And I
Okay,
thought
that's
this
not
was
my
such
room.
a nice area.
Oh, shut up.
So hey, what's going on over there?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
There still might be some play in the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
It doesn't work out then.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? Well, around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagined. You're married, ain't you, fellas?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
Ha! You're a father, Cole? But don't tell me your eyes don't bend.
This conversation is over.
See, as I said, you could find actually quite a lot out about these characters from the car drive talks themselves. This game is very complex, and it will probably be tricky to novice gamers, even if you're common to Rockstar Games itself. Okay, now this is how a typical interrogation will go. You'll come to the house.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's gone out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle? We're gonna have a look around.
Okay.
He'll be back in a moment. Just sit tight.
Now, this is getting to one of the things that really makes this video game stand out. But before you do, you really kind of want to examine the place in order to find any more clues. Like, I'm gonna look around here
Mark
for
will
a
explain
while.
everything when he gets back, okay? There's nothing to worry about.
Shoes. This might be something.
Brooklyn's. Size 8s. Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one snatched from her body. No sign of a wedding ring.
See, as I said, desktops are a really good place to look for things as well. One thing I want to point out, I'm not sure if I'll be able to touch on it in this time, is it will ring at anything that can possibly be a clue, but that doesn't necessarily make it a clue. Sometimes, or actually maybe I will get to touch on it. Actually, never mind. The bottom line is, just because you can pick it up and examine it doesn't make it a clue.
So what next?
All right, talk to the girl. Easy does it.
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead. Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Try.
Alright, now, this is what really makes the game stand out, if I haven't pointed out already. What you're going to do is, you have a number of questions you've written down in your notebook. You're going to ask her this. Now, so we're going to start with this one.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon, I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
Now, here's the thing. Let me point out right here. You can pick either to say she's telling the truth, you doubt what she says, or lie. Now, this can be for anyone, regardless of age. Now, if you pick lie, you actually need evidence to back that up. And you can gain experience for how many of these you get correct. So, we're going to pick doubt.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
Ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll give it the
I know it's painful, Michelle. This may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Tony chose it herself. The rose gold wedding band and the matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, the yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday. We had a fight. It was kind of a makeup present.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
I don't believe her.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. And We always were her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave. Hey! What kid?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's some
Your wife
kind
was found murdered this morning.
Found? What? But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
I don't really see any point with showing you the exact same thing you just saw, so I'm going to end the video here, hoping you got enough information. So there you have it, a short little gameplay video of LA Noire, running you through the ropes. What's my final verdict, you may be asking? I absolutely love this game. I think the gameplay is great, the graphics are great. Even though it's a bit inconsistent at the moment, the story is pretty cool. I really like it that this is taking on a dark tone. When I first heard the stories of this game, I thought there was no way they could make this game wrong. A crime thriller made by Rockstar Games set in my favorite city in the United States. Granted, Disneyland doesn't exist yet, but still, you get the point. I like the characters, I like the backstory, I like everything. The one thing I'm falling back on, and it's a small critique, is I don't really like the driving or car chase sequences, but that's a small thing. I like everything else in this game. In fact, on the car chases, I usually just get my partner to drive anyway, so that doesn't really matter. I think it's better than Red Dead Redemption, actually. Mainly because Red Dead Redemption was great, other than the fact that the horses would never do anything I said. But I haven't played any Grand Theft Auto games, so... Bottom line, I'm giving it 4.5 stars out of 5. Maybe I might think of it even more so when I finish through the game, and I think it's one of the best games I've played in a long time, if I haven't stated that already. Easily one of my 10 favorite video games now. I know that's a stretch since I've only had it for a few weeks, but I think it definitely deserves a spot. So yeah, as I said, 4.5 stars out of 5. You can find all my reviews on my YouTube channel. If you have a video game or a movie, of course, that you'd like me to review, comment on this video or on my channel. Until next time, I'll see you around.